Jupiter's tortured child, the most volcanic body in the entire solar system. Not one volcano, not 10. Over 400 active volcanoes erupting across its surface, lava fountains taller than Everest, sulfur plains glowing orange and yellow. What causes this hellscape? Tidal forces. Jupiter pulls on Io like a celestial taffy, squeezing it, kneading it, heating it from the inside. It's not just geology, it's planetary warfare. And then there's Triton, Neptune's largest moon. But here's the kicker, it orbits backward. Retrograde. It's the only large moon in the solar system that does. That means it didn't form around Neptune. It was captured, an interstellar refugee, caught and chained to a gas giant. Its surface covered in nitrogen ice, but it's not still. Geysers of dark material burst from beneath, spraying miles into the sky. A cold moon, a captured moon, a rebelling moon. Next stop, Mimas, Saturn's moon that looks suspiciously like the Death Star. One massive crater, Herschel crater, gives it a distinctly familiar look, but its weirdness goes deeper. Scientists expected an ocean beneath its surface, based on its shape. But there's no sign of one. Or is there? Its wobble hints at something sloshing inside. Could this frozen cue ball be hiding a secret sea? Speaking of oceans, let's talk about Europa. From the outside, smooth, icy, calm, but beneath that icy shell lies a vast liquid ocean, possibly twice the volume of all of Earth's combined. And where there's water, there could be life. But this isn't just water, it's salty, warm, and restless, stirred by tidal heat. Think about it, a world with no sunlight, no air, and yet the potential for alien microbes swimming beneath a frozen sky. But Europa isn't alone. Its cousin Enceladus is a snow-white jewel orbiting Saturn, and it sprays water into space. That's right, massive plumes erupt from its south pole, launching ice and vapor hundreds of kilometers into the void. NASA flew a spacecraft through the spray and found organic molecules, hydrogen, salts, the ingredients for life, on a tiny moon no wider than Arizona. Something is cooking under that ice. Then there's Phobos, Mars' largest moon, but large is generous. It's irregular, potato-shaped. It orbits Mars so fast, just 7 hours, that it rises in the west and sets in the east, and it's spiraling inward. One day, Phobos will get too close, break apart, and form a ring around Mars. This isn't science fiction, it's orbital destiny. Now shift your eyes to Titan, Saturn's heavyweight moon, bigger than Mercury, shrouded in a thick orange atmosphere, not of oxygen, of nitrogen and methane. It rains liquid methane. Rivers of hydrocarbons snake across its surface. Lakes, seas, even waves. But it's minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to freeze steel. Yet it has weather, seasons, climate. It's the only place in the solar system, besides Earth, known to have standing bodies of liquid. It's alien, but eerily familiar. Let's get weirder. Iapetus, another Saturnian enigma. Half of it is dark as charcoal. The other half is bright as snow. A world split in two. And there's a ridge running along its equator. A mountain range that wraps around the moon like a belt. Where did it come from? No one knows. It looks like a walnut from space. A cosmic oddball with no clear origin story. Now zoom out, way out, to Uranus. Its moon Miranda is a shattered world stitched back together. Cliffs 20 kilometers tall, the tallest in the solar system. Canyons, ridges, and terrain that looks like it was cut and pasted together by an indecisive god. It's as if the moon broke apart, and gravity pulled it back into a Frankenstein shape. A patchwork of chaos orbiting a tilted, icy giant. And finally, the wild card, Pan. Not even spherical, it looks like a ravioli, a literal space ravioli. Why? Because it orbits inside Saturn's rings and has scooped up material around its equator. That ring of debris formed a bulge, a ridge, a pasta-shaped moon that clears a gap in the rings like a tiny cosmic Roomba. Small, bizarre, and totally unique. This is just a glimpse, a glance at the celestial zoo that orbits our planets. These moons aren't just rocks. They're laboratories. They're time capsules. Some are active, some are dead. Some could host alien life. Others are ticking time bombs. They challenge everything we thought we knew about what a moon could be. We often look at planets as the rulers of their orbits, the undisputed sovereigns of the solar system. But these moons, they're the revolutionaries. They don't follow the rules, they rewrite them. Some moons have atmospheres thicker than Mercury's, others have none at all, yet still host violent geological activity. Some are ancient and cratered, bearing the scars of billions of years of cosmic history. Others have surfaces so fresh, so smooth, it's as if they were born yesterday. These aren't static worlds. They evolve, they change, they surprise us. Take the way many of them interact with magnetospheres. For example, Ganymede, Jupiter's largest moon, is not only bigger than Mercury, it's the only moon in the solar system with its own magnetic field. A moon with a magnetic shield. That means auroras, glowing curtains of light, dancing across its icy crust, shaped by the giant planet it orbits, a moon with its own space weather. And let's not forget that some of these moons may not be moons forever. Their orbits decay, their surfaces erode. Some are being stripped apart by radiation. Others may one day escape their planets entirely, set adrift into the void as rogue objects, cosmic loners, bearing the chemical fingerprints of the systems they once called home. Some moons act like engines, driving the structure of the ring systems around their planets. Shepherd moons like Prometheus and Pandora don't just orbit Saturn, they sculpt its rings, gravitationally herding ice and dust like sheepdogs of the cosmos. Without these moons, Saturn's iconic rings would be chaos. And in a twist of poetic beauty, some moons are the products of cataclysm, likely formed from violent impacts in the ancient solar system. Pieces of shattered worlds coalescing into new bodies. Every ridge, every groove etched into their surface is a page in the history book of celestial violence. But perhaps the most humbling realization is this. We used to think of moons as passive companions, but now we see them as active players, architects, disruptors, potential cradles of life. Each one offers clues about habitability, chemistry, heat, time, about the very nature of planets themselves. Look close enough, and a moon becomes a mirror, reflecting not just its planet, but our own endless curiosity. What might we find in the methane lakes of Titan? What strange pressures exist beneath Europa's ice? Could microbes be swimming under Enceladus's crust right now, never knowing a star, a sky, or a sun? They don't need to be large to be important. They don't need to glow to be powerful. These moons whisper to us from the edges of our reach. We're not just followers, we're worlds. And somewhere in those icy oceans, fractured terrains, and volcanic pits, lies a secret the cosmos is still keeping. So the next time you gaze at our moon, bathed in pale silver light, remember, it is but one member of a sprawling, unpredictable lunar family. Out there, orbiting giants of gas and ice, are moons that erupt, moons that freeze, moons that whisper with oceans beneath their shells, and rain hydrocarbons from alien skies. They are not background characters in the solar system's story. They are the plot twists. They challenge the definitions of life, habitability, even of what a world truly is. And they remind us, again and again, that the universe is far weirder, wilder, and more imaginative than we ever dared believe. We searched for planets and found miracles hiding in their shadows. Because in the grand symphony of space, even the moons have something to say, and we are finally learning to listen. Imagine stepping onto the soil of a distant planet, a world unlike anything humanity has ever known. Today, we're going to travel beyond the familiar sights of our solar system, plunging deep into the realm of alien worlds, extraordinary planets where reality itself seems to blur with imagination. Buckle up, because we're counting down the top 10 planets beyond imagination, alien worlds that defy logic, challenge our scientific understanding, and spark awe and curiosity within us all. First stop, HD 189733b. Forget the serene blue skies of Earth. This exoplanet's cobalt blue atmosphere isn't a tranquil invitation, it's a stormy nightmare. Winds here roar up to 5,400 miles per hour, 7 times the speed of sound, whipping silicate particles sideways. Translation: it rains molten glass. Imagine standing beneath clouds that shatter into shards of glass, slicing through the turbulent air. This isn't just extreme weather, it's alien hostility at its finest. Then there's Kepler-16b, the real-life equivalent of Star Wars Tatooine. Here, every sunset is doubly spectacular. Literally, orbiting 2 suns, this world experiences 2 shadows cast at once, 2 sets of sunrises and sunsets every day. Imagine standing on its surface, your shadow duplicated, your senses tricked into perpetual astonishment. The sky never stays the same color for long, constantly shifting between warm orange hues and cold purple twilight. If you prefer extremes, meet Gliese 436b. It defies the laws of chemistry, with a surface composed of hot ice. Yes, you heard that right, ice that remains solid, despite scorching surface temperatures exceeding 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Pressures and exotic chemistry lock water into a crystalline form, blazing yet frozen. A paradoxical world that mocks our earthly experience. Next up is WASP-12b, the doomed planet spiraling toward oblivion. Orbiting dangerously close to its star, this gas giant has begun to stretch and distort, becoming football-shaped under gravitational torture. The planet's days are numbered. Within millions of years, its star will rip it apart entirely. Until then, it remains a molten, egg-shaped testament to cosmic destruction in action. Venturing farther, we encounter 55 Cancri E, a dazzling planet made almost entirely of diamond. Imagine a world whose core sparkles under intense heat, where carbon transforms into a vast, glowing gemstone. This planet could redefine luxury itself, a diamond twice the size of Earth. But don't be tempted. Temperatures reaching 3,900 degrees Fahrenheit make this jewel anything but inviting. On TRAS-2b, darkness reigns supreme, reflecting less than 1% of the starlight hitting its surface. This planet is the blackest ever discovered. It's a place of eternal midnight, absorbing nearly all the light that touches it. Its atmosphere boils violently under scorching temperatures, a haunting world of shadows and perpetual gloom. Truly a cosmic abyss. Gliese 581c introduces us to another paradox, the potential oasis turned nightmare. Located in the so-called habitable zone of its star, scientists once hoped it could harbor life. But closer inspection revealed a world of extremes, tidally locked, one side forever baking under relentless sunlight, the other eternally frozen in darkness. Life here would teeter on an unforgiving edge, trapped in a delicate balance between scorching heat and absolute zero. Now let's journey to HD 131399AB, an exotic planet with 3 suns blazing in the sky. The gravitational dance between these 3 stellar bodies creates an endless cycle of days and nights, lasting hundreds of Earth years each. Imagine seasons lasting lifetimes, temperatures fluctuating wildly, and skies painted by ever-changing stellar configurations. Truly, a world straight from science fiction. Stepping into the twilight zone of Kepler 438b, we find a potentially Earth-like planet, but with a catch. Orbiting within its star's habitable zone, it faces violent outbursts of stellar radiation hundreds of times stronger than Earth's fiercest solar storms. This relentless radiation bathes the planet constantly, stripping away its atmosphere, bombarding the surface with destructive flares. Any life here would need to be unimaginably resilient, surviving at the razor-thin boundary of existence. Finally, we arrive at J1407b, an immense gas giant, ringed by a colossal system of dust and debris, dwarfing Saturn's majestic rings. These rings stretch out hundreds of millions of kilometers, dense enough to block out its star's light completely for weeks. Imagine standing beneath this alien sky, watching as a cosmic ring system eclipses the heavens, transforming day into surreal darkness, a spectacle unmatched anywhere else in the universe. Each of these planets challenges what we think we know about worlds beyond our solar system. They aren't just distant balls of rock and gas. They're cosmic enigmas, reshaping our understanding of the universe. Every discovery pushes humanity's imagination further, compelling us to keep looking upward, keep questioning, keep wondering. These planets remind us that out there, in the vast cosmic ocean, anything is possible. Our cosmic journey continues, plunging us deeper into the universe's boundless catalogue of peculiar planets, each stranger, more mesmerizing and utterly different than any we've encountered before. Picture GJ1214b, a planet enveloped entirely in ocean, a boundless watery world with no known landmass. Here, there are no continents to anchor life as we know it, only an endless, steaming sea, stretching infinitely beneath a dense atmosphere thick with clouds. Beneath the immense pressure and heat, the oceans may exist in exotic forms, possibly becoming something like a global hot water bath of unimaginable scale. Could this strange, aquatic environment harbor life forms utterly alien to our understanding? Imagine swimming in a planetary ocean deeper than Earth's deepest trenches, beneath perpetual twilight, an alien abyss of secrets. Then there's HATP-7b, a planet where storms defy imagination. On its searing surface, fierce winds rush at speeds that could melt rocks, swirling luminous sapphire clouds laden with vaporized minerals. Imagine gazing upwards to see metallic raindrops hurtling downwards, liquid rubies and sapphires crystallizing into shimmering gems as they plummet through the fiery atmosphere. It's as if nature itself decided to paint a surrealist masterpiece using cosmic materials. PSRB 1620-26b, affectionately known as Methuselah, takes planetary strangeness to another level. Located in a globular cluster far older than our solar system, Methuselah is the oldest known planet, an elder world that formed approximately 13 billion years ago, not long after the universe itself burst into existence. Imagine the wonders and secrets this ancient planet has witnessed across cosmic history. A silent observer older than many of the stars that fill our skies. Venturing further into the exotic, consider WASP-17b. This enormous world orbits in reverse direction against the rotation of its host star. It's an immense gas giant, puffed up and extremely low density, like cosmic cotton candy orbiting defiantly backwards. Such reverse orbits challenge everything we understand about planetary formation, hinting at a violent past, perhaps a chaotic collision, or gravitational tug-of-war in the early epochs of its star system. Beyond these extremes, Ogil 2005b LG 390LB emerges as one of the coldest, loneliest planets discovered yet. Its surface temperature hovers around -364 degrees Fahrenheit, far colder than Pluto. Orbiting distantly from a faint, dim star, it endures endless, frigid solitude, its rocky surface likely frozen in eternal twilight. Life here would be radically different, if possible at all, perhaps surviving in pockets of hidden warmth deep beneath the frozen crust. Not to be outdone, planet Korot 7b provides a vision straight from Dante's Inferno, a lava world, a scorched planet where rivers of molten rock surge beneath a blistering sky. With surface temperatures hot enough to vaporize stone, the daylight side of Korot 7b boils away rock into clouds of vapor, which then condense and rain down as pebbles and stones. Imagine volcanic rains battering the landscape, redefining the very concept of weather. Wandering further, we encounter GJ504b, a planet unlike any conventional world we know. It's a radiant sphere of magenta-hued clouds, glowing with a surreal pinkish color visible from afar. Its extraordinary color stems from intense heat radiating from its core, combined with clouds of mysterious compounds suspended in its atmosphere. Picture looking out onto this cosmic cotton candy giant, floating serenely in the darkness, a testament to the endless creativity of the universe. Then there's Kepler 10c, famously dubbed a mega-Earth, an enormous rocky planet nearly 3 times the size of our world. Scientists originally thought planets of such magnitude had to be gas giants, but Kepler 10c shatters that assumption. It's solid, heavy, dense, defying our previous planetary theories. Standing on its immense surface, gravity would press down with crushing force, making even walking a monumental effort. And what about HD 106906b? This rogue-like planet orbits at a breathtaking distance from its star, over 60 billion miles away. Such a distant orbit seems impossible, hinting that this world was flung outward by some gravitational upheaval, now drifting on the edge of its star system. Imagine the haunting sight: a dim sun barely brighter than a distant star, illuminating this lonely planet's dark sky. Truly a world on the brink of exile. Lastly, envision HR5183b, a planet with one of the most eccentric orbits known. Its journey around its star isn't a gentle ellipse, it's a dramatic, stretched path, plunging dangerously close to its sun, and then drifting impossibly far away into freezing darkness. Seasons here would be chaotic. Brief, intense heat waves, followed by centuries of icy silence, an eternal seesaw between extremes. These astonishing worlds, scattered throughout our cosmic neighborhood, whisper to us of possibilities we can scarcely imagine. Look around. Everything you see, every star, every planet, every galaxy is part of a vast cosmic symphony. But today, we're stepping beyond that familiar stage and into the uncharted fringes of reality itself. Welcome, fellow cosmic travelers, to the edge of the believable, where science itself blurs into the surreal. Let's dive headfirst into anomalies so strange, so astonishing. They challenge the very foundations of our understanding of the universe. Imagine first something known as the Bootes Void, an eerie cosmic emptiness so vast it defies logic. Picture this: a region of space nearly 330 million light-years across. That's right, 330 million. Within this incomprehensibly huge void, there are just a handful of galaxies scattered like tiny islands, lost in an endless ocean of nothingness. To give you perspective, if our Milky Way sat at the center of the Bootes Void, it would have taken centuries for our telescopes to spot even one neighboring galaxy. Science